Hello again, Caddo Area Council Scouts and Scouters. This is Greg Perry, Cub Master of Pack 8, Assistant Scout Master of Troop 8, and part of the Camp Master Corps for Camp Preston Hunt. If you saw our earlier video about whipping rope and a few basic knots, I wanted to continue on with that. With this crazy weather outside, there's something every scout needs to predict the weather. The most accurate weather machine made. It's called a weather rock. And I wanted to help you guys with that today. It's a nice little project for the weekend since the weather's kind of nasty. What you're going to need is three either sticks, or I've got some pieces of PVC pipe. Here you need three of them, and they all need to be the same length, pretty close. You can see these are all the same length. And the way you want to lay these out, you want to have two facing one way and one facing the other, like this, in a little setup. Now, this is going to be a lashing project, so I'll teach you a tripod lashing because we're going to make a tripod out of this. First thing you want to start with is a clove hitch. And your clove hitch, you'll go around your first one and over the top and make an X in your knot, and then bring your running end around and go underneath both sides of the X. And take that through and pull it tight just like that. And that holds everything down to start your lashing with. Now, what you want to do is, this is just a basic crisscross lashing. So you're over this one, so you want to go under the middle one, like this, and then over the outer one, and come back under like this, and then go over the middle one, and then under the outer one, and then over the outer one, and under the middle one, and you just keep going like this. And you want to make sure that your lashings stay pretty much in line, and you just keep going back and forth like this, over and under, over and under, over and under. And one thing you do want to make sure is you keep them tight and keep your lashings pushed together. And keep working through, keep working through, keep working through, keep working through. Okay. And I've got about 4 on each one. And you want to make sure you keep them pulled tight. And keep your lashings together. And we're going to come back this last time, and instead of going over, we're going to come down in between them. This is called your wrapping. Now we're going to do the frapping. And you want to come over and under like this, and come up between the lashings, and come over, and make sure you get a full round. And then you want to cross over to the next one and do your frapping. Come around this way. And then you want to come back across and make sure these are pulled tight. Okay, and then you want to finish this off with another clove hitch over here. All right, and then pull that good and tight, and make sure you have everything ready to go. Now, As you can see, we've got our wrapping and our frapping. The way you know you have it correct, if your wrapping and frapping is correct, you'll have a cross here in the center of your center piece. Now, what we're going to do to make this a tripod is just lift this up. And they spread out and they make a tripod. All right. And you've got your tripod. Let me get this stuck on a base here where it won't move. There we go. Now, the next thing you need for your weather rock is your weather rock. And I've already tied this one up. And all you do is make a loop over your tripod and bring this in. And just tie you an overhand knot with a loop in it will be fine. And now you've got your rock hanging out there. Now, the way that you use this is you set it outside and you keep an eye on it. If you go out and you feel of the rock and it's hot, that means the sun's out. If you look at the rock and it's wet, that means it's raining. If you look at the rock and it's swaying back and forth, that means the wind's blowing. If you look at the rock and it is standing out sideways like this, that means it's a strong wind blowing. If you look out and the weather rock is gone, it's a tornado. Please take shelter. Guys, this is a fun, neat little project you can do in just a few minutes and have something to do and play with during this nasty time of weather. Hope you enjoyed this, and we'll